What's good, YouTube? In this video we have the season 14 ranked arenas weapon tier list. Yesterday we did the video on the legend tier list, so today we're going to do the video on the weapon tier list. Now in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys think about this video, you know, if there's any guns that you disagree with. So in this rankings we have it as S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. Then we have a care package. Obviously can't rank those. And at the top we have cheese, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know the 3 guns that are going to be in there when it comes to cheese, but these are how we're ranking it. For you guys who don't know, S tier is the best tier. Well, actually, in this case it's going to be cheese. Cheese is going to be the best tier. The tiers at the top are the best guns, going down to D tier. Care package, we're not ranking them, so we're just going to put the care package guns in there right now, which are the Mastiff, the Bocek bow, and also for you guys who don't know, the Kraber. For you guys who don't know, this is season 13's weapons. Now there were no new weapons in season 14, so I couldn't find the season 14 graph or tier list, so I had to get the season 13 one. What's the last care package gun? Oh, the Rampage. So some of these colors that you see, they represent the ammo that they take, but something like the Spitfire in season 13, it was heavy, so season 14 now is light, so that's the reason why it's like that, just for you guys, if you guys were wondering. But yeah, we all know the cheese guns, which are the RE45, of course, hammer points, the Mozambique, and the Devotion. These guns have been the meta guns since season 12, because season 12 was when they introduced hammer points into arenas. Hammer points was never in arenas until season 12. Now hammer points obviously have been in the game, you know, back then and seasons before, but I'm very surprised that this season they still have hammer points. And the Devo they didn't really touch, so surprised on that. But these are the 3 best guns in the game. If you want me to tell you, you know, if you're struggling to rank up, I'm telling you right now, just use any of these 3 guns and you'll probably do good. But now let's go to S tier. Now S tier are guns that are reliable. Not only are reliable, but you could probably dominate the game with and use them probably a majority of the time. And these are guns like the Volt, which came back from the care package to ground loot. The Flatline, for me, I have the Flatline over the Volt. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm taking Flatline over Volt. You guys let me know that down in the comment section. And then the R301. These 3 guns are the best 3 guns in the game when it comes to being reliable and just being good guns that hit. But y'all let me know, and also y'all let me know how y'all would rank these 3 guns. For me, I go Flatline, Volt, and R3. Oh, and by the way, I didn't rank these on the cheese. Devo is definitely the best. Then I like this. You could go back and forth with, but for me, it's probably Devo, Mozam, and then RE. Flatline, Volt, R301. Now in the A tier, it's going to be tricky when you're ranking them within the A tier, because these are guns that are good as well, but they're more guns that are suited for one certain playstyle. You guys will see what I'm talking about. But what I mean by that is the 30-30, that thing hits, especially with the Skull Piercer on it now. Where's the other gun? G7 Scout. I'm going G7 over Skull Piercer. The fact that it shoots faster, which was another gun that came out of the care package and now is on the floor loot. And then the gun that's in the middle, I have the Wingman. The Wingman is just, like I said every time, it's one of those guns whether you love it or you hate it. Either you're very good at it or you're not good at it. So you do have to put in A tier, because when someone can dominate with it, it's very scary. And then the other 2 guns, which I think can be controversial, you guys let me know that down in the comment section, but I have the Prowler in A tier and the R99 in A tier. Now the reason why it's very difficult to rank these guns within the A tier is because obviously if you're someone who uses close range, you would obviously put the Prowler and R9 in the front compared to the G7 and 30-30. But if you're someone who likes to use the long range, then you would put these 2 guns, the 30-30 and G7, in the front compared to these guns in the back. But these guns are in A tier. Now in B tier we have the car, which I did not put in A tier. That's going to be something in the comment section. I already know that. But we have the car. It doesn't even have laser sight. It doesn't have a barrel, which is strange to me. Surprising. The Hemlock I'm putting in B tier. I think last season we put it in the A tier, but the fact that now the G7 Scout is on the floor now and you could pick that up, and the 3030 did get a buff with the Skull Piercer on it, and the 3030 got a buff also with the dual wield or the dual loader. I forgot what it's called, but that is big time as well with the 3030. So those two guns I feel like have the purpose of the Hemlock in a way. So I would rather have those two guns than a Hemlock. And also, not to mention that the R301, it's just I would rather have an R301 than a Hemlock. But the Hemlock is still good. These B tier guns are still good. Not saying that they're not, but the guns up top, the S and A tier, are just guns that are used more and a lot more better. Now also in B tier, we're gonna have the Spitfire. Now remember, this is the Spitfire. I know it has the heavy ammo, but this is the chart off last season. So the Spitfire we have in B tier. And then the last gun that we have in B tier is the Havoc. I think it's the Havoc. I'm trying to think if there's another gun I should put in B tier. But the Havoc is a good gun. Obviously when you have it with turbo. But if you're going to use that gun with a turbocharger, you might as well just use the Devo. I'm not going to lie. You guys let me know that down in the comment section. Usually guns that are, but you guys let me know on the Havoc. Would you rather put it in B tier? And would you put the Havoc over the Spitfire, the Hemlock, the car? I have it back in the bottom of B tier. I do prefer the Hemlock over the Spitfire. I think the Hemlock's hipfire is a lot better than the Spitfire. But those are the guns I have in B tier. I don't think I would. Oh, actually, you know what? We're actually gonna put the Sentinel in B tier as well. The Sentinel is a gun that hits. Still would prefer the G7 or 3030 over it, but the Sentinel does hit, and it could definitely be annoying to the enemies if you are someone, or if your teammate are people that, you know, can hit with the Sentinel. Now in C tier, these are guns that can be good, but you wouldn't use them the whole time or the whole game. It's more so like, for instance, at the top of C tier we have the Alternator. The Alternator is good for like rounds 1 for sure. Rounds 1 and rounds 2 at most. You wouldn't really use it in rounds 3 and higher, because at that point you might as well just use guns like the car that you could probably get in the you could level up to level 2 where you could get to the blue tier. The Prowler R9 will be able to max out at purple, or you could get it at blue. And then of course there's the Vault. So the Alternator is at best used for rounds 1, because you could probably get a battery off or a battery with it. But then again, the Vault did come back, and it is a gun that you can use in the first round, and that is what majority of people like to use when it comes to submachine guns. Another gun that's in C tier is the L-Star. The L-Star did get a little buff this season. I don't think it's better than the Havoc when it has turbo. So for that, we're still gonna have it in C tier, but it did get a buff, a small buff. And then also the shotguns we have in C tier, the Peacekeeper, the EVA 8. These guns are cool, but these guns are more so like secondary guns. You're not gonna be running around the map with just a Peacekeeper and an EVA, and then your secondary guns like a standard Mozambique or a standard P20. Like these, so mainly these guns are secondary guns, so that's the reason why we have them in C tier. Maybe on the map drop off you could use these guns as primary, but I mean that's the only way I see that. And then in C tier also we have the triple take, and I'm gonna put the longbow at the end of C tier. These two guns are just sniper guns. Like I said, you would rather use a Sentinel, G7, or a 3030 over these two. And then in D tier, at the top of D tier we have the P20, which is a good secondary, or at least when it comes to ammo wise, when you're pairing it up with a gun like the R3 or R9. Also, the last gun that we have ranked is the charge rifle. The only way, or the only time I ever see anyone using a charge rifle is if they're using it for like the last round, which is sudden death, and they're just depleting the enemy shields with the charge rifle. That's the only time I really see that. Obviously they're gonna have a secondary gun, and when it's sudden death you have a lot of crafting materials, so you could get a charge rifle and then get other guns plus other items like shield batteries, nades, or whatever. But yeah, these are the weapons how I rank them, and ranking them from best to worst in the tier list. So we have the Devotion, the Mozambique, RE45. Obviously, both of these guns with hammer points. We have the Flatline, I have as the best gun in S tier. Then the Volt and R301. We have the G7 Scout, the 3030, the Wingman, the Prowler, the R99, the Car in B tier, the Hemlock in B tier, the Spitfire, Havoc, and then the Sentinel in the back of the B tier. Then we on the top of C tier, we have the Alternator, we have the L-Star, Peacekeeper, EVA 8, Triple Take Longbow. Then at D tier, we have the P20, the Charge Rifle, and obviously these guns are the care package guns, which are the Mastiff, Bocek Bow, Kraber, and the Rampage. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this video. If you guys like the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.